In at number 10, the Purification. Minecraft has been around for quite some time, and today we will learn about some of its deepest, darkest secrets. According to a user called PS3 Player, if you find a lava pool at the bottom of a plot of land and jump in wearing full diamond armor, you will suddenly fall into a room of pure volcanic glass, or obsidian for you Minecraft users. This is where it's alleged that you will meet someone called the Gatekeeper. After defeating the Gatekeeper along with some other devil-like creatures, this mysterious cloud will begin to fill your screen. Many have ended it all right here, assuming that the cloud will certainly freeze their PC, but if you have the patience, the cloud will clear, the haunting demonic music will increase, and you will come face to face with the Minecraft devil himself. As the urban legend goes, you will hear this subtle bubbling noise of flesh burning, and as you meet the demonic god, he will announce, "This is the Purification," whatever that means. In at number 9, Blue Steve. Perhaps the reason Blue Steve is still an urban legend is because of the tough rules implemented by admins on almost every Minecraft fandom page. They insist that he isn't real and warn that posting photos of the mysterious character will certainly get you banned. So here's what we know. First spotted by a user called Green0704, they had heard rumors of Steve clones haunting the game. First there was Red Steve, then Green Steve, but have you ever heard of Blue Steve? The player had created a new survival world and used a modifier to make the entire place an all-ocean world. When they spawned, they had been dropped right into the water, which is where they spotted the outline of what appeared to be Blue Steve. Many have spotted the being but were too scared to interact with it. This player, on the other hand, wanted answers. The Blue Steve explained that like its other clones, he is sent as a guardian for the servers in Minecraft. He is meant to protect the players from the evil entities that enter the gameplay through forbidden portals. So if you see Blue Steve, don't run from him, in fact stand behind him. It may be your only chance of survival. In at number 8, the White Screen of Death. Often referred to as the Lunar or the Lunar Majora's Mask, this creepy urban legend is a thing of nightmares for your average Minecraft player. One day a gamer was working on a stone creeper statue in their backyard when they heard the sound of footsteps behind them, although when they turned around there was no one there. Creeped out by this strange occurrence, they decided that it was time to get some rest. They entered their home, and as they made their way into the bedroom, the full moon light was casting an eerie light through their windows. As the gamer clicked their bed though, a booming noise shot through the speakers as their monitor turned to an all-white screen. Then the only thing on the screen was the face of the moon, and the only thing coming through the speakers was a low growling noise. He leaned in closer to listen to what the monster wanted, and finally the Lunar spoke and said, "Foolish human, it's only a matter of time before I chain your soul to the depths of the underworld." That's enough to make you wanna, pack it in for the night. In at number 7, Entity 303. Commonly referred to as the new Herobrine, he is said to be the byproduct of a disgruntled former employee at Mojang that was fired by the creator of Minecraft. According to the urban legend, he now wants revenge on not just Mojang, but anyone who contributes to the bank account of the Minecraft creator. That means you. Although Entity 303 is said to be more than just one person, it's rumored that the character was created by an entire team of hackers. Allegedly, if you have any files on your computer with .303 in the name, it's already too late. Chances are the hackers have made their way into your system, and it's believed that 1 in 40 Minecraft players are affected by the 303 team. Their plan is to utterly destroy Minecraft by hacking a player's world and destroying it, or at the very least making them too scared to continue. If not defeated soon, all Minecraft will be under their control. In at number 6, the Ghost Player. This bone-chilling urban legend is said to randomly occur in private servers of older versions of the Minecraft game. Some people believe it's a developer using the empty world as grounds for testing new ideas, but players have started to think that it's a gamer that died while playing and is now haunting these forgotten servers. When this user jumped back into the older version, he was stunned to see a house being built in the distance, although when he arrived there was no one there. There wasn't even a gamer tag popping up. Confused by this, he ventured past the home and began messing around with the empty world. While absent-mindedly digging up iron blocks, he noticed that all of the wheat from his farm had been broken up. This was unsettling because for sure he should have been the only one in this server, and when he rushed over to the first home that he had seen, there was now torches mounted on each side of the doorway with a large iron door blocking the entrance. He felt like he was hallucinating, that is, until he turned to see the faceless ghost player haunting the server. In at number 5, Darkness of the Farlands. This urban legend is about a gamer who tried to mess with lands beyond his reach. He had heard rumors about a glitch in the farlands, and with so many rumors in Minecraft, he thought the only way to find out was to see for himself. After entering the exact coordinates, he teleported to the giant towering wall of the farlands, or so he thought. Everything seemed much darker than others had depicted this glitch. Before he could do anything though, his screen flashed and this terrifying creature with glowing red eyes appeared in front of his screen. The chat said, "Farman has entered your server." He attempted to communicate with them, but the only text in response was all in some type of coding language. That's when he realized that the Farman character had hacked his entire computer and made himself the administrator. In at number 4, Null. This is a classic Minecraft urban legend, is still one that many people just can't believe. About 3 years ago, a player was on an older version of Minecraft, and after mining for a bit, they decided it was time to head home, although the path they took would change how they viewed Minecraft forever. While walking through a dark forest, they kept seeing the outline of a character in the distance, but it was too dark to tell who or what it was. Every time they would get close, the creature would move further into the darkness, and when the gamer arrived at his home, there was a signpost out front that just read, "Null." They were confused by this, but the sound of someone screaming for help struck more fear into them than any sign ever could. When they turned around, the character Herobrine was standing right behind them. The gamer screamed at the sight, but was soon calmed by his calls for help. He said that Mojang had mischaracterized him and that he was actually in the game to help save people from the experience of Null. He said if you don't help, well then this becomes his game now. Unfortunately, he ignored Herobrine and went right into his home. This is where allegedly everything went wrong. Null was waiting. He filled the room with darkness and creatures from the belly of the underworld. The last thing the gamer saw was a notice that his Minecraft account was corrupted by Null. In at number 3, watch the trees. This next urban legend will make you think twice about chopping down just any tree for your own selfish needs. According to reports, this gamer was playing Minecraft late one night and began chopping away at an entire forest. They had nearly cleared the entire section before finally calling it a night. When they woke up the next day to play Minecraft, they were baffled to find that all of the trees they had previously chopped down were now back in their original state. Laughing at the possible glitch, they took this as a win because all of the wood that they had collected was still in their inventory, so that means more wood for me. Before they could start chopping again though, their mom asked to use the computer, and once she was finished, the gamer was confused to find a text file on the desktop. This wasn't there before, and it was labeled oak.exe. Wait, oak like an oak tree? They opened the file and inside was just one line that read, "You have made a terrible mistake." They reopened Minecraft, except this time the entire forest that they were just marveling at was now on fire. They exited Minecraft and restarted their computer, but again on the desktop was another new text file. Except this time when opening it, the text file ran a program and completely wiped their computer. Everything was gone. I suppose the oak trees wanted them to feel their pain. In at number 2, Entity 0. According to reports, this urban legend can actually be spawned if exactly 8 zeros were entered as the seed. Codenamed Annihilation, it would spawn at a specific coordinate in what's known as Zero World. Annihilation, or Entity 0 as it's commonly referred to, was Patient Zero of Minecraft coding. It was an amalgamation of everything in Minecraft, an abandoned project left by developers that continue to consume the entire game. If you ever come face to face with it, well, it'll consume your entire world of Minecraft, like some sort of anthropomorphized black hole. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Herobrine. We would be remiss if we did not include the top tier urban legend of Minecraft in our number 1 spot. Herobrine has been a long-standing legend in the game and is said to haunt the servers of Minecraft. As we mentioned in the Entity 303 point, it's believed that this character was actually created to protect players, but was often confused for being the source of their problems. Mojang denies its existence, but one of his first appearances was actually in a YouTuber's livestream. The player had seen Herobrine in the middle of a lava field when his stream had just crashed. It immediately redirected his viewers to a photo of the urban legend. The viewers believe that Herobrine was sent there to make the players in Minecraft wake up from their coma of distraction. This urban legend's goal was to get people off of Minecraft and live in the real world instead of, well, escaping through this blocky fantasy land.
We're jumping over to the Creepypasta wiki website for this gem, simply titled Herobrine. The story begins with a player spawning into a single player Minecraft game. Everything was normal at first, as it always is. The player began chopping down trees and crafting a workbench until they noticed something in the distance, amongst the dense fog. They couldn't quite make out what it was. Weighing it up to their computer and its slow rendering, they pursued it anyway, believing it might be a cow that they could kill for its hide. However, they quickly discovered that it wasn't a cow, but instead another character with the default skin. But, stranger still, the character's eyes were empty. The player double-checked to make sure they weren't playing in multiplayer mode. They weren't. They looked for a name, but nothing popped up. The default character lingered for a moment, staring at the player, before running into the dense fog. The player pursued, curiosity getting the better of them, but the stranger was gone. They continued on in their game, moving past the weird encounter. Beginning to expand their world, they started noticing things were out of place and things that didn't quite make sense within the world. 2x2 tunnels, small perfect pyramids made of sand in the ocean, and trees with their leaves cut off. The player would also catch quick glimpses of the stranger amongst the fog, only for a second though, before they were gone once again. Creeped out, the player saved the game, hopping onto a Minecraft forum to see if anyone else had experienced any of the weird goings on within the game, or like him, had encountered the stranger amongst the fog. However, after he posted his story, just 5 minutes later it was removed. He tried again, and like before, it was removed, only quicker this time. Then out of the blue, he received a private message from a user named Herobrine. It stated just one word: stop. He clicked on the profile, but it was disabled. He then received another email, this time from another user. He claimed the mods could read the forum messages, so they were safe for emailing. He claimed that he too had seen the mystery player amongst the fog, and that he had a small directory of users who had also witnessed something similar within their games. A month passed before the player heard from the user again. Some people had looked into the mystery stranger, researching the name Herobrine. It was found to be linked to a Swedish gamer, which upon further research was discovered to be the brother of Notch, the game's developer. The player emailed Notch, asking him if he did in fact have a brother. A short while after, he responded. He stated, "I did, but he is no longer with us." Spooky. Is the mystery stranger lurking around the Minecraft worlds the ghost of Notch's brother, or perhaps just a cruel joke by one of the Minecraft developers? I guess we'll never know. All we have is the evidence, and the evidence is pretty damn creepy.
In a 10, giant rabbit. Look, I'm no stranger to giant animals, okay? The giant Skyrim chicken glitch, or I guess code, is the stuff of legend. However, when the chickens decide to get a growth spurt, they remain correctly proportioned. But when rabbits in Minecraft do it, like they did to user Awesome and NXP on the Minecraft forum, it's literally the stuff of nightmares. The rabbits appear like several different entities that are all oversized and stretched in the most horrendous of ways. The body is huge, some part of it appears to look like a damn highway on its side, and then the slimes are bouncing all over it like it's not even happening. There is literally nothing that I can think of that explains this, since Minecraft usually is a fairly sturdy game when it's not modded. But like, Jesus, this thing is trying very hard to be my next nightmare, and at this point it's going to be front and center. By the way, this glitch was never solved, and thanks to the user's versophobia, which is the fear of glitches, they didn't play Minecraft for a very long time, and maybe not even since this was posted back in 2015. Rabbits have been in the game since 2015. Oh my god, I'm old. In at 9, farlands. The farlands are basically what is best described as an alternate Minecraft dimension that you would originally access by just heading to the edge of a Minecraft world. In the farlands, the world generated in a weird way, basically having like floating islands that generated like caves in the overworld, but no matter what, anything you placed here started behaving differently. Saplings would never grow, torches would have no light level, and basically the laws of physics had no meaning. Think supernatural mystery spot, but Minecraft, and also real. Nowadays though, the edge of the world is just a blue border that starts damaging you if you get too close or go beyond it by teleporting with commands, or by using a boat to get across it, but the farlands have a special place in every OG Minecrafter's heart. Not that I'm really that OG, but I've been playing for the better part of a decade. I've been playing for over a decade, so I mean it's not that bad. But these farlands are some great memories, and honestly remind me of multiple creepypastas. In at 8, Endermen on scaffolding. Endermen are probably one of the scariest mobs in Minecraft. These Slenderman rejects attack you whenever you look at them or just breathe in their direction. They're incredibly strong mobs that have 40 health and deal massive damage. Their worst ability, however, is their relentlessness. Whenever you look at them, they will come at you and will only stop if they get damaged by water, and they will teleport to you if you end up getting too far away. However, for some reason, when on top of scaffolding blocks, the Endermen just decide that they don't want to move, even when attacked. or stared at. The Endermen just seem to lose their AI when on top of scaffolding blocks. They resume doing what they normally would when they get removed from the block, or if they end up like touching another one, either because you broke it and then they fell onto one or some other weird means. But I don't know, it's odd. It's also terrifying though, because this is the sort of like, it's like a no AI state, and when they seem like much more Slendermen than Endermen, so yeah. In its 7th terrain generation. The way the world generates in Minecraft is actually kind of weird. Like, you can see the weirdest damn things in this game. Like when a mountain biome will just cut off and then you just have the ultimate caves and cliffs update. Whenever I see something like this, I get pretty creeped out though, because you know what? I play a lot of modded Minecraft, and then when the terrain generates like that, it makes me fear that something is coming, and I always get put on edge. Like, no pun intended. I get scared. I'm pretty sure it's gonna crash. You gotta admit though, every time you're just walking through that extreme hills biome, then all of a sudden it just drops into a swamp, you're gonna get worried. Especially with the fire and ice mod installed, because for some reason they make the default dragon spawn so goddamn frequently, and then they wreak absolute havoc on you. Just, I don't get it, okay? And that drop is very common when they have like generated structures that break. I don't know, maybe I should go back to therapy. But you know what? I don't need to. I can just complain to you guys. It's creepy, okay? And it's 6 hardcore worlds. What's worse than dying in Minecraft hardcore? Having that world remain there just staring and laughing in your face, proving to you that you don't have the chops to cut it with only one life. Well, apparently in Minecraft 1.14 the glitch exists that after dying in a hardcore world, you can be unable to delete it. Thinking that this is scary or not totally depends on your own perspective, because I mean, it can be scary because it can ruin your computer, mostly because of like internal errors and whatnot. It could be scary because you're trying to delete your world and then it crashes your game, like the start of a horrifying creepypasta. Or it could be scary because now every time you load up single player, you're gonna be met with the grinning face of one of your biggest failures, like my parents when I come home for the holidays. I'm just kidding, my sister is worse. She's back in her One Direction phase. Or actually now I guess it's more so like her Death Note existential dread phase. But I mean, this one has actual reasons behind it. Reasons that I want to beat to a pulp like Freddy Fazbear to the Vanny bots, but that's aside the point. Just watch it, kid. Also, you've made it halfway through, so subscribe because you clearly like the video and you probably want to see more. Or even if you don't, you're laughing at me and you know what, you can keep doing that. Halfway through into number 5, Herobrine. Herobrine is one of gaming's most famous creepypastas, and while yes, some say that he was never actually in the game, the folks over at Mojang might have something to hide. In each and every Minecraft update since beta version 1.6.6, this character has become synonymous with both the game and the gaming community, and has been subject of countless mods, add-ons, skins, animations, and creepypastas, and the list goes on. But since 1.6.6, he's actually been in the game. Well, kind of. Herobrine has made countless appearances in various Minecraft media over the years, and while sure, Jeb has stated that they never plan on adding him to the game, any sign of him could be considered a glitch in the Minecraft Matrix. And considering how, you know, in the update logs it says removed Herobrine, if you gotta keep adding that, is he really gone? Is he really not there? Ignore the stuttering, alright? We're gonna move on, okay? Because Herobrine is out there. Not really, but like, it's still fun to talk about. In it for followers. If you've ever played the Skyrim mod Tamriel Online, which was the only semi-working online Skyrim mod before Skyrim Together came along, then you'll actually already have an idea about this glitch. It's similar to when a copy of your character named Prisoner would follow you around when you were testing your server. Well, in Minecraft Console Edition, this glitch can sometimes actually be present, where one other version of your players on your server will be running behind the actual version of the player. So like, they'll have like a ghost version of themselves behind them copying exactly what they do. As if they were like holding on to them and then just, I don't know. Okay, this version of the player though is basically a ghost, so they have the same skin, but they can't be hit or interacted with in any way. But when the main player gets hit, the ghost version will appear to take damage. I don't know. It's like the move Double Team from Pokemon, or like all the cool moments when Danny Phantom or Vlad Plasmius would like multiply their ghost forms, alright? Okay, I love that show, but this glitch is still creepy. In at 3, Headless Steve. While this might have been a glitch in the past, it's pretty easy to recreate with a proper skin, but basically, this glitch just moves your head up 90 degrees, tilting it to the front so your face was aiming towards the ceiling, making it appear like it was cut off or that you were just kind of balancing it. However, this same look can be achieved with just a skin that has your face moved to the top of your head. I mean, it's fairly simple. It's an easy concept. People have used this to make like hunchback characters though, like, you know, like the ones where you look straight down and then you have the head or the face on the top of your head, so it looks like you're like this.
when you're, yeah, you know, you get it, okay? You've played Minecraft, I hope. If you haven't, then I don't understand why you'd be here to watch this, but you know what, I appreciate you. You've watched this far thanks to the retention time. It's not very useful, but I mean, it's funny, and it hurts. It hurts to watch it because I know that you're just looking at the ground. But ultimately, in at number 2, world holes. What's scarier than a character who isn't actually in the game, but you can be convinced that he is? Well, how about a hole that goes from the surface all the way down to the bottom of the world and then some? Yes. Now, while world holes were typically a thing of the past, their existence is no less terrifying now as it was then. And you know what? If it happens now, it might be even scarier. World holes happen when your computer can't keep up with the server and its world generation, or the rate at which you process chunks loading. Chunks being the 16 by 16 block squares that make up the game world. And when this occurs, you are sometimes able to actually see a chunk vanish from your world, while also being surrounded by land. This was typical back when multiplayer was first added. See the Shadow of Israfel series for plenty of examples of this. Also, bring it back, by the way. However, they didn't really actually ruin your world. All you needed to do was re-log onto the server, so just log off and log back on, and you'd be able to see the chunk again, because it was a client-side error, not a server error. However, if you wanted to walk on it, you would actually just start falling through, but then be brought back up to the top, and then start falling in like a glitchy loop thing that would ultimately ruin your immersion. But it would make for some interesting moments, and some wonderful nostalgia. But everyone else, you'd like start screaming, and then everyone else would be like, what are you doing? You're just standing on the log. And they're like, no, I'm like 50 feet underground. And they're like, haha. And finally, in at number 1, big creepers. Creepers are the second most annoying Minecraft mob, the first being silverfish, but you know what, that's personal trauma. However, when a creeper is about to explode, you brace yourselves, okay? You can tell when it's going to happen, so you bring up your shield, or you block with your sword, or try to if you're an older Minecraft gamer. But then, the creeper just holds its breath and is at the max size it can be. What do you do then? I don't know. The world seemingly comes to a halt, and then all you can do is just stare. Whether this occurs due to lag or something else is irrelevant, because walking around while a fully hyped up, ready to explode creeper is terrifying, since now it's just a legit ticking time bomb, but not actually ticking. Although it would be funny if a creeper was ticking, but it would also be quite a mysterious noise. It's still creepy, okay? But given that it's November currently, I guess walking around about to explode kind of makes sense, as long as you wait until December 1st to do it.